everyone, welcome back. Today I have Connie with me. Extra special person. She helped tend my two older boys while I started my hair business, and anyway, took good care of them. And anyway, I just love her for that. So anyway, super special. She has the same birthday as my eldest son. That's super fun. So she has a shoulder length cut with layers in it. So I want to show you that. We're just doing a good trim. And then when we're all done trimming, so you can see I'm just coming over just a little trim here, straight across. Obviously, you know, her head is down. She knows to put her head down. I'm going to dry her when I'm done cutting her, and then we will come back and I will show you that we are going to curl it. So that will be fun. It's so cute. She just knows. She puts her head up right where it needs to be. So when you guys get to the sides, make sure their head is up, not up this way, just straight and not looking down, that it's straight. Okay, now what we're going to do is take the bottom section of her hair from the top of her ear straight over. And I'm just going to push just clip this out of the way. Okay, I'm going to hold this out and I'm going to trim this up. This way, this is the layers going up to those top layers. I'm just holding this. Trimming that. This side. Trimming this, holding it out and up. You know, there's that angle there. Okay, the next section I'm going to take, lift that out of the way, and we are going to make sure we trim these layers. And you can see I'm just taking vertical sections. I just take one section, trim it, move to the next section, and trim that. This way, coming up this way and bringing and trimming these layers into those top layers, it makes it so like down here isn't bulky. So there's layers throughout here, because if you just do your top layers up here, it's going to be short and then it's going to be long here with no layers in between. Okay, now we're just trimming this. Now we start coming around the top of the head. You can see how I'm rounding it. Trimming this. It's so fun. Like, you know, we trim Connie's hair every other time we color and in between. So every 4 weeks she gets a trim, then the other 4 weeks we color, and then the next 4 weeks we trim. Anyway, but it's really fun to watch. Like after we trim for a little bit, it's funny because all of a sudden it's kind of like grown out more. And so sometimes she'll come back and say, I actually need a really good trim. So we're on the same page. Like when she says, yeah, I just need a good trim, or I need a good trim, or yeah. So we know, don't we, Connie? We just have that down on what she likes. So super fun. Yep, Connie was so good. So good to my boys. So have to make sure she has good hair for the rest of her life. Okay, just trimming that. And then I'm going to hold these layers in this front out and trim. Just trim those. Come around the shape of her face here. So you can see I started out here and I trimmed all up to this layer. And then we will texture. She loves texture. Gives her more body. If she back combs, it helps it stay. Okay, I'm just trimming this front area because it's good as far as length, but we're just going to trim that. Same thing here on this side. Just going to barely trim. Okay, and then texture. So we're staying away from the part. Okay, I'm coming underneath, doing a little bit there, a little bit through this area. I don't need a ton, but just a little bit through that area, just so it gives it some lift. And some people, a lot of people do it so when they back comb it stays in. Some people do it that don't even back comb their hair. They just want when they dry that when it dries a little bit fuller because it has, those shorter hairs underneath the long hairs. Okay, so I'm going to dry her and I'll be back to show you how to curl. Okay, everyone, we're back. I just want to show you her haircut. See those layers throughout the bottom? I'm just going to curl it for you guys, but I wanted to show you those layers. Okay, now we're just going to take little sections and that noise that you can hear, it's just my curling iron. So what this is it's a flat iron, but it has rounded edges, so it can be easier for people to use. I just sprayed it with this heat protectant spray. That also helps the curl stay in. So I'm coming in towards, so it's opposite, like coming back away from the face. Okay, so those are coming in. Now this side, I'm gonna turn in this way. Okay, so this one, I'm holding and I'm twisting inward this way. Same thing, away from the face. And you can see, I just turn it. It's nice and easy to turn. Okay, now the next part, I'm gonna take a little bit down. I'm gonna spray. Coming away. So back away from the face. And you can see that I just pulled that and not, totally curled the end. I just pulled on it. So if the ends are really curled and you like that, great. If not, what we can do at the end is we can straighten the ends with a flat iron. Okay, now we're to this side. So now we're coming in. And away from the face. And you can see I'm just twisting this curling iron / flat iron. Makes it really easy to turn. It also makes it really easy on shorter hair. So if you have shorter hair and you want, it curled, then something like this would be awesome. Okay, then I go through, spray it with hairspray. Then we're gonna take the next section. Pull that hair up. We're just gonna spray with the heat protectant spray. And again, we are going to come back away from the face. Okay, back away. And you just twist. Okay, now I'm going to come on this side. So I'm going in toward each of the curls. So this side comes in, back away from the face, and same thing on this other side. Some people will say, ooh, it looks like ringlets. I don't want ringlets. But when you go to just pull it out with your fingers, they loosen and it's just right. It's just a nice loose curl. Okay, same thing here, back away from the face. Okay, we're gonna spray. And next section here. Gonna spray. Some people say that they like to spray their whole head before they start curling, and you can. I just like each section so you can really get it. Because if you just spray, you're not getting underneath on each one of those curls. So that's why I love to spray once I pull, down sections. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to spray onto this side. I have one more to go in. This way. Now we'll go the other way. The spray also helps keep the curl in. Sometimes people will say, well, I can't get my curl to hold. And I'll say, okay, what product do you put in your hair before you curl it? And they say, oh, I don't put any. So that could be a huge deal if you're not putting product in your hair. And some people say, well, I don't like the feel of product in my hair. So I'm like, well, and obviously it depends on what product you use, but whoops. Yeah, it totally depends on what product you use. But so I guess it's just if you want, it to curl, then you'll probably try to use a product, that will help. Okay, here's that spray again. Back away. Plus, it makes a difference when you find a certain hot tool that works best. If you have one that doesn't have good heat throughout both sides of your flat iron or curling iron or whatever you have, your wand, whatever it may be, if you don't have one that's curling nice, doesn't have even heat throughout, then it won't curl as well. Okay, back away from the face. Okay, and then I'm going to take my fingers and we'll check this one out in just a second. If I need to rearrange it with the flat iron or the curling iron, we can. Again, it's coming back away from the face. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna let this sit for a second. You wanna make sure that it cools down before you put your fingers through it. Okay, all right, now what I'm gonna do, take a tiny bit of paste. I'm gonna rub it in my hands here, and I'm just gonna grab. This is going to separate these curls, but then I'm gonna take my fingers through it and loosen them up. I'm just gonna wipe my hands and take the paste off a little bit now that it's already throughout the hair. And then I'm just gonna bring my fingers through. So bouncy and pretty. Okay, now what we're gonna do, we're going to just backcomb a tiny bit up through this top area. And we're gonna spray a tiny bit under there. And I'll just bring my fingers back through, kind of set it into place. How you doing, Con? Good. Good. Good, good. Okay, I'm gonna turn her to the mirror so I can see what we're doing. Thanks. Connie's always up for something new. She's always like, hold the sides up or do this one. Okay. All right, let's see. Here. All right, okay, I'm gonna turn her around so you guys can see. All right, Miss Connie, thank you. Okay, hopefully you enjoyed the video. And if you have any questions about curling, let me know. I would love to help. And we will chat with you next time. Thank you. Have a good day.